The gloom. Its arrival brought chaos. But we found a way to control it. We choose the path. We face the danger. We control the chaos. To reconnect our broken world. We've all walked many paths.
Sharpened many blades.
Played a few tricks.
Crushed a few skulls.
But now, we fight as one. We are Wayfinders.
Boys, you know me, I'm always skeptical of new games that come out because sometimes I just think they're here to be another corporate marketing scheme to juice money out of your teats. But today I want to talk about a game which I genuinely believe is going to be really good, and the reason why I'm making a video on it is because as a Borderlands player it particularly interests me, and as such I think it's going to interest you guys as well because you are hopefully also Borderlands players. So this was a game that was shown off last night at the Game Awards and it's called Wayfinder. Now Wayfinder is a character-based online action role-playing game, and it almost reminds me of an MMO light in a way, and I'll show you what I mean. You've got the trailer on screen now, and it says that you'll choose from a variety of characters to control, each with unique playstyles and abilities, and harness their power to defend against enemies that seek to destroy their beloved world. Wayfinder's devs say they want to capture the feel of an MMO, but they also want this game to feel more like a JRPG. Now let's talk about playable characters because I'm sure that's what you guys are particularly interested in. Now while it may seem a little bit cliche, the playable characters in this game are actually called Wayfinders, and it says that with each season of this game they are going to be introducing a brand new Wayfinder, which means this is a game which is going to be constantly getting new playable characters for you to enjoy. You can go to their site right now and click on any of these Wayfinders to get more information on what they do, and they'll break down stuff such as what weapons they have, what their playstyle is, how complex they are, and the abilities they have. Now because there is just so much information to break down here, we're going to make this into their own video if that's something you guys want to see. Let me know if you want to see me do a breakdown of each of these characters because they are really interesting and they are all unique in their playstyles. But if you want to go and check out what these characters do for yourselves, I'll leave a link down below where you can go and get a detailed overview of all characters, especially by clicking the Learn More button, which will give you an even more in-depth breakdown. For me personally, I'm going to be playing Nis at launch because she almost seems like Zero from Borderlands 2, being able to constantly dash through enemies and staying out of dodge while also being the heat of the battle. Now let me talk about MMOs because I'm sure when I mentioned Wayfinder being an MMO, a lot of you got turned off, and believe me, I understand because I am not a big fan of MMOs myself, but this is what the devs say about Wayfinder on their site. They say, in a lot of ways, this is our spin on the MMOs that have inspired us throughout the years. We believe that at their core, MMOs are about community, an evolving world, and persistence when you log off. Wayfinder hits all three of those MMO defining notes and will continue to grow and evolve the world and experience for years to come. So in that paragraph, they don't exclusively say that this isn't an MMO, but they also don't say that it is an MMO. They just say that they're putting a spin on it, and this is going to be an ever-evolving world over years to come. So this is going to be a game that will constantly be evolving. So if you're a Borderlands player or even a Borderlands creator watching this video, this is your kind of game. This is a Borderlands game basically that's going to constantly be evolving. Now, let's talk about some other things. Firstly, this game is going to be cross-play and cross-save when it comes out, which I know is a big deal for all of you guys. Another thing is player housing. There is going to actually be player housing in this game. The devs say there will be apartments, which will be something that is more than just a social space in Wayfinder. They'll be important to the core play experience and act as a second paper doll of sorts where you can upgrade and augment your power. They say they'll share more details later on, so we'll just have to find out what that means. And one more chunk of information that I want to talk about is, can I play Wayfinder solo? The devs say, while Wayfinder is a social game at heart, it features a main story quest, side objectives, and others that can be experienced solo. However, a lot of the game's more challenging content, etc. endgame, will require friends, old and new, to help you overcome them. So for those of you that have been hoping and praying for a very long time that Borderlands would make itself more of a co-op focused game, this is for you. Now, before we get into the end game that's going to be in Wayfinder, let's talk about the loot system, because I have been name dropping Borderlands a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you are already thinking, Epic, how is this like a Borderlands game? Well, let me show you this clip here. There is so much to talk about here, which we're obviously going to have to break down in its own video if that's something you guys want. But look at all the loot just being shown in this little clip, which goes over character customization. The devs say that even though you'll be controlling a Wayfinder, no two are alike. You can customize the look of your character as well as how it plays. You can choose which weapon to use, what mods to apply, and what talents and skills to augment your powers and abilities with. The devs seem to have really focused on the loot system in this game, and that is extremely exciting because I know that myself and you guys as Borderlands fans are big fans of the looting in these games, and Wayfinder does not look like it's going to be short of that. But before we end off this video, let's talk about the most important thing, especially for you Wonderlands players, endgame. What endgame is this going to have on launch? The devs have been so transparent that they literally have a graphic ready-made on their site showing you what you can do in this game. This is almost a progression map showing players what they'll probably be doing in an average session of the game. But we're not going to be focusing on the progression style here and the order of which you'll be progressing. We're just going to be listing off the stuff in this game from this list on the left. So let's start from the top and go to the bottom. In Wayfinder, there is story quests, side quests and daily missions, expeditions, discoveries, item crafting, apartment customization, shared adventure space, daily exploration rewards, action-based community goals, landmarks and vistas, beautiful custom geography, reveal lost zones, instance dungeons, endless challenges, rich with loot, player-influenced variables, and it's all randomly generated. So in other words, if you're a Borderlands player, this is a game to keep your eye on. Now there is tons more information to go over here, and we will do that in due time. But for now, all you need to know about Wayfinder is that on the 13th of December, there is going to be a closed beta on PlayStation and PC. You can sign up for it right now for free on their website, and when the game finally does release, Wayfinder is going to be free to play. Now, I know this video might come off as sponsored, but trust me, I don't even know the Wayfinder devs. However, if they'd like that to change, at EpicNNG on Twitter. But this is not a sponsored video in any way. I am just genuinely hyped for this game, and I really wanted to spread the news about it for you guys because I know you, much like me, love Borderlands, and to me as a Borderlands fan, this screams fun. So I'm going to be checking it out on the 13th. We'll be streaming it over on Twitch at EpicNNG. And if you want to check it out, come and hang out with us. But until next time, guys, let me know what you want to see us cover next about this game, and let me know your thoughts on it. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.